Hi everyone and welcome for our today's topic. Today we will be talking about meetings, incentives, conferences, and events, or also known as MICE. So let's go ahead and define each term and determine how to set up a MICE. All right, first let's define what is a meeting. Meeting is a gathering of different people that might come from different locations gathered in one place to discuss a common purpose, such as business, social, or religious purpose. So, we all know that a meeting can be a gathering of two or more people wherein they designate a location for them to discuss a certain topic, whether it might be for business or for personal purposes. That's what a meeting is all about. So it can either be, like what I said, under business, social, or religious purposes. So for the I in MICE, we have incentives, and this refer to different reward programs that a company gives to employees who have met or have exceeded sales or productivity goals. This is also referred to as incentive program. So this is like a reward for most companies when their employees have attained or exceeded a specific quota per month. This is basically, of course, under management discretion, what will be the incentive that will be given to the excelling employee. So, this is also a way to motivate them on how to perform and to perform actually well the next time. So for the C in MICE, so we have here conference. So basically, conference is a type of participatory meeting designed for discussion, fact-finding, problem-solving, and consultation. So we normally see conferences for international, for example, NATO or United Nations. So it can be again a discussion of a certain topic where they will arrive in a they will arrive the parties will arrive in a certain decision after the conference. And lastly, we have here the E, which is the exhibition. It actually is a display of products or promotional material for public relations, sales, and marketing purposes. So, the current one that I can think of is the Dubai Expo 2020. So, it has been delayed for 2 years because of the pandemic, and it's basically an exhibition of the different countries of the world wherein each guest are given a passport of the countries that they have visited for that said expo. So for the MICE or meetings, incentives, conferences, and events, it is an exciting and profitable segment of the tourism industry. It refers to a unique form of the tourism industry dedicated to planning, also booking and facilitating conferences. So for the role of MICE, it's basically promoting people to travel. It actually promotes tourism because MICE locations usually offer high quality venues, first class hotels, and facilities fitting for international gatherings. So it's more of an upscale gathering that definitely requires a venue that is also fitting for the event, normally in large scale setup. Event management is the application of project management to the creation and development of large scale events such as festivals, conferences, ceremonies, formal parties, concerts, or conventions. Event management is the coordination, running, and planning of all the people, themes, and features that come together to create every kind of event. The event manager is responsible for ensuring that the event goes smoothly and ends successfully by bringing the talents of the event together, putting together the team, and ensuring that everyone has an exciting and enjoyable experience to remember. There are different usual tasks of an event manager. Number one is information gathering, wherein all of the information for the said event, including the location or the venue, the food that will be involved, the time, whatever the decorations and the lighting and sound system setup, also the table and seating arrangement will also be the task of the events manager to organize. Number two is concept development. Concept development, we can also think of the program, the flow of the program for the said event, what will be the theme, which leads us to number three, planning, wherein it's the important task of the events manager to plan ahead and coordinate for number four with the team on how to deliver all of the tasks that must be performed for the said event. So there are different objectives of the event. So number one, it is specific. So it must be specific so that to avoid confusion. Number two, measurable. Three, attainable. Number four is realistic. Five is time bound. Exciting for number six, and responsible for number seven. Consider the layout for step two. Step three, do not overlook the decor. Step 4, look for suppliers and sponsors. Step 5, create a technical support. And step 6, consider staging. So let's go ahead and take a look at on what are the different steps that we need to consider. So for the step 1, we need to come up with the theme because the theme will tie up the event so that it won't be all over the place. Like for example, if it's going to be a nationalistic event, then most likely the country that represents the event will be seen all throughout the event. So it is the duty of the events manager to make sure that the theme is carried all through the event and that the guests or the participants understand what type of event that they are attending. Number two is to consider the layout. So you will know what the layout will be once you have the venue and the amount of people who will be joining the event. Also, the third one is to know what type of event you are attending. So there are different types here. We have here first dining. So most likely if it's a reception, a wedding, a birthday, a debut, or a baptism, most likely this will be the setup wherein the guests are gathered in a table, a round table, so that they can mingle around. Conference is usually like a meeting setup wherein different types of business individuals are gathered around to discuss a certain topic. For the classroom, it's usually for seminars or for workshops because the idea is to learn or deliver a skill or knowledge to the participants. So this is the classroom setup. Also, we have here the U shape, so most likely the presenter will be the center of attention for the U shape. So it's the participants are organized in a U-shaped position facing the presenter. Also, we have here the hollow square wherein there's a space in between for more people And then last but not the least, the lecture. This is for 20 or more people who will be attending a seminar or a workshop. So for the step 3, do not overlook the decor, because the decor is equally important for the table setting of your guests, because with the decor it will give the ambience or the atmosphere to what type of event you are aiming for. So it sets the mood, and also uh, the ambience, that the experience rather, that your participants or guests will be bringing with them once your event has ended. For step 4, it's better to look for suppliers, usually one or three or more rather, so that you can get a good quotation on which one offers the best pricing. And also, if one supplier is not available, then you can always have some options as backup. For step 5 is to create a technical support. So the technical support team will also be handling the sound system, another department for lighting, another department for cameras and videos, and also having an information technologies would make everything run smoother and easily for the event. And for number 6, consider staging. Staging is very important because it is a process of selecting, designing, adapting to, or modifying the performance for an event. So it's basically like a rundown of how the event will be on the day itself, so that if there will be any modifications or changes for improvements, then it can be later changed. So there are different types of events that you can actually attend. Number 1 is corporate meetings, trade shows, workshops, seminar, product launch. We also have incentive travel, shareholder meeting, the annual general meeting, executive retreats, and other trade fairs or business dinners. So when an events manager or a team is developing a concept, number 1, there should be the format of the event. Number 2, the purpose of the event and the theme of the event, the venue of the event, the participants of the event, the budget for the event, timing of the event, and the people behind the event execution must be all taken into consideration, because everything should be specific and clear, so that the team can work all together and make sure that the event will be successful at the end of the day. Thank you so much for listening to my topic, and have a nice day.